Okay, so let's have a look at how we use InDesign to package document up to go to a printer. So you would use this if you had a bigger document with multiple pages in it, with lots of different elements. If it is just a small business card file, yes, you can do it with that as well. But if it was a small job like a business card or a core flute or a poster, you could simply just embed everything in, and we'll show you a video on how to do that as well. So when it opens on someone else's computer, you have no problems. And the same principle applies for packaging. So when we package it up, it's so the file can be opened on a computer external to what it was created on. So whether that be within the business or at a completely different company in a completely different country sometimes. And what it does is it takes all the elements of that and enables them to go together so they will be able to be opened correctly and there'll be no missing links or problems when they open the file. So these elements might be fonts, they might be colors, they might be instructions, they might be images, all those sort of things, so the other people can open it and do what they need to do to it. So for instance here, we're just using it on our own corporate brand style guide. And what you would do is once you're finished your document and you're happy for it to go, so everything's been proofread, it's ready to go, or you need someone else to do some work on it. So one thing here, we can see down the bottom in the panel that there are no pre-flight errors on this, which is great. So if I go to the pre-flight panel, it's showing that there's no errors in there. So the document is going to work really well when it moves to other computers. And if there are things in there, it may be worth checking them and seeing if you can correct them before you send it. So what we do to package it, we simply go to File and go to Package. And that will give us an option here. It tells us a breakdown of the summary of the job. So what's embedded, how many fonts are used, how much color is used, different sorts of colors. And we simply press the Package button. And we can add instructions here too. So we can give it a file name. We can add instructions of who designed the job in case they need to get back in touch with you. And you can add some further instructions down there. Please print proof before it goes onto the main printing press. Please show client prior to printing, etc., etc. goes in here. Now, once we go continue, I'm just going to save this. I'm just going to chuck it on the desktop for now. And it's going to create a folder with all these things in it. So I'm just going to press Package and OK. And that's going to create a nice little folder for all these things within here. Here we go, saving it for me. And we're done. So if you come onto our desktop now, we'll see a folder. So if I double click on that folder, here we go. So we have our PDF of the document and they've really taken care of everything. Here's our instructions. If we were going to add instructions, that's where they would be with contact info and special instructions. It's also got the fonts in there. It's got the colors. It's got information on here for the printers, and it's got a list of everything that's been packaged up. So we have our InDesign markup file. So if someone's using a lesser version of InDesign, a lower version of InDesign, they can get in using that file. Here's a PDF of the document as well, so they know exactly what it's supposed to look like. We also have the correct version of InDesign that they can go in and edit. And we have all our document fonts in here too. So we're really ready to go with that. The only difference here would be if you had images that weren't embedded, so weren't in the document, they would appear up in the in here as well. So there would be another folder called Document Images, and that would be in there with all those photos that you can then go and edit. But in this case, they've been embedded in the file, so we don't have that. So this file here, this folder here would be ready to be zipped and to go to a printer or to go to another ad agency to do some further work on, or to go back to the client if they were doing some editing as well, and that would be ready to go, and that would open well on any computer because everything has been linked in there correctly. And that is how we package a document for print.